Good morning, and welcome to New Hampshire. My name is Josh. I have a small shop. Basically, do mechanical restorations, and I like to share my automotive experience, my projects, and I've been a mechanic for 25 years, professionally. When I was 14, I started out tinkering with things in my grandfather's junkyard. Um, Always had a fascination with things mechanical. Grandfather helped me build my first bicycle. Um, Engines fascinate me. Love studying them, rebuilding them, figuring out how things work. Um, had a few different vehicles when I was younger. Some people were surprised at how many vehicles I owned just in high school. I used to, you know, being from New Hampshire, New England, living up north, there's not a lot else to do but farming or logging or, you know, tinkering on stuff. And I used to flip vehicles, used to, mess around. I had Jeeps and trucks and, cars. My first favorite car was a 67 Barracuda Formula S. I had another one that was just a 273 two barrel. Kind of put them together, messed around with them. My second favorite is I had a CJ2A and a couple of CJ3As, which are Jeeps, flat fenders. Really miss those. Had a 84 Jeep J10, a really cool truck, 258 inline six. Quite partial to the inline six. Good engine, um, very smooth. A lot of people don't like them because they come with one barrels and they're not originally built for power. At some point, I'll have a video where I modify a 250 Chevy inline six. I plan on putting it in a 95 Yukon, mostly because that would be a good vehicle for my son, who's just about to get his permit, and I think it'd be good on fuel mileage and also have decent power and not something too crazy for him. But I like not just Chevys. I like pretty much everything. Like you'll see, I have Jags. I have an MGB GT that I'm working on, and you'll notice in my videos that being in New England, lot of rust, a lot of rust issues. We use a ton of salt up here, humidity, moisture, long winters. Uh, Things really rust pretty bad, but that doesn't stop us from enjoying the cars that we have, and we try to preserve them as best we can. A lot of times things get scrapped, and you take what you can from vehicles. I have a '79 Chevy truck that most people in the country would toss it, throw it away, and you'll see a short video on that because it's so rusted. But to find a vehicle with a good VIN and a good title is extremely difficult up here and is worth the money. Anytime you can get something like that, it's worth fixing. You can buy anything for a square body Chevy these days for aftermarket sheet metal replacement, whatever. I've been fixing rust since I was, God, as long as I can remember. As soon as I could own a vehicle. The first Jeep I had no front fenders, and I put a 2x6 across the back because the rear fenders were ready to fall off. Surprised that I even had a seat on it. I wish I still had it today because it was just a cool experience. The thing was filled with water. I had to drain everything from the engine, transfer case, axles, figure out points. No windshield, but I still love taking it through the woods, through the fields. I guess that's a good thing of growing up as a country boy, being able to get out and do things that other people can't do, having those freedoms. Um, Lots of fun. Um, and that's it. Just basically introduction to my channel. There'll be more coming along. I'm nobody special. Just doing what I like to do. That's the whole reason I started this business. I worked for a Packard restoration shop before this. Um, really enjoyed that experience. Good people. Um, I just I'm a little more diverse. I like different things. I like Ford, Chevy, Dodge. Mopar. Um, I like British vehicles. I like some German vehicles. Some Japanese. I've had a 280ZX. I had a 77 Toyota Celica, which I absolutely loved. Wish I still had that. So I'm not biased towards any particular thing. Um, I'm not a fan of LS swaps. I think you should do your best to try to keep the original powertrain and just work with that and see what you can get out of it. Um, I don't have an issue with if you have a 4 cylinder going to an 8 cylinder or six or whatever and stuff, this and that. But originality is originality. Um, yeah, anyone can do an LS swap. They make all the parts to do it. And yeah, you get tons of power. Is it reliable? Not always. Powder connecting rods break a lot. They suck. Um, Whatever. You can put as much money into an LS to make it reliable as you could a small block Chevy, and you probably make more power, comparable, maybe the same. I mean, it depends on who's doing the engine build. It depends on what parts you use and stuff, and how much money you put into it. Um, Regardless, I don't do any of that stuff. I don't do LS swaps. I don't do late Hemi swaps. I like to do the vintage iron, upgrade what's originally there, and try to keep these cars on the road. My motto is, it's a car, drive it. And that goes for everything, whether you've got something from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even the 90s. There's still stuff out there that's really good and really fun to drive. And I think that's what it's for, to enjoy. So get out there and drive it. Get it running. Do what you got to do. Thank you. Thank you for your time.